Okay, good afternoon, guys.
Then I'll update in the document later.
Sure.
Yesterday's
So
one.
yesterday's meeting, somebody that I have shared, right? Alongside, I'm also capturing it. As such, in my machine, I do have a copy, but we'll have to put it in the, probably we need to put it in the Confluence itself.
Yes, I do.
So I do have a local copy in my machine here. See, all SHaDE meetings, whatever the same from what the Zoom auto-generated stuff. I'm just copying and pasting, including the time frame, each individual sections. So I do take a note for the recent past, March, July, 20th October, 27th October, and I think I thought I renamed it. It didn't. Okay. Thought I did it yesterday, but it not sure why. 27th December, 21st December, right? So this is captured. We can probably, I'll share it with you, Jeremy. We could import all of them into our Confluence page. Same. Obviously, I've uploaded that in the YouTube video and our YouTube channel. I've uploaded it. You must have seen it. Another thing is this is not really uploaded into the SHaDE specific YouTube channel. We don't have a channel for you. I am putting it in my own channel and categorizing it as a SHaDE playlist. But preferably take an action. What we could do, upload our videos from the SHaDE account channel to have it dedicated, right? We do have a dedicated Google account for SHaDE. We can create a new channel in YouTube for SHaDE and then put it there. If that helps, preferably we could do that as well, right? So to have it all delineated. So which is fine. And first thing first, this article, Anand Vigadan, what we have seen, I did post in Facebook and Twitter to get hold of the contact number of this beneficiary, Kalimuttu, the folk dancer. But he unfortunately, there was no response or even acknowledgement from the concerned Vigadan publishers. And neither on Facebook nor on Twitter. No, I'm not sure. Two things we can do. One, we can directly call up the Vigadan office, their number 044, whatever the local number they have. We can call up to them and then ask for the details. Possibly the editorial team can help, but it may have a waiting time. That's okay. We could do that. It's a right channel. Certainly, the responsible media they can help, but we need to follow up. Saying that hey, we are calling from such an NGO, SHaDE NGO. I think Zoom AI calling, recording it as shared. Whenever we say SHaDE, it is actually capturing that as a shared, but it is SHaDE, SHaDE, SHaDE. Maybe that's probably not a human recorder, right? Artificial intelligence recorder. So we can talk to the Vigadan publishers team and ask for the help to reach out with the concerned contact number of the concerned. Otherwise, as we are just seeing, this person is the locality of this person is Vallanadu. That seems to be around Thuthukudi district, Tamil Nadu, right? So Vallanadu, Wildlife Sanctuary, Morapanadu, Vallanadu, they are all nearby locality, Thuthukudi district, Tirunelveli, right? Thuthukudi. So we can extend the reach, right? Or we can extend this by talking to our networks, either in social media or WhatsApp or wherever it is. Try to connect with a human connect. We'll see, hey, somebody do you know? We speak to our friend. Our friends may talk to their friends. Certainly, probably we will reach it in 3-4 networks. There is again, Wikipedia, there is a dot. There is a theory behind it. I don't know you know it or not. In the world, any two persons can be connected with maximum of how many nodes do you know? It's an interesting article in Wikipedia. Any two persons in the world can be connected with 6 to 7 nodes. They can be connected because some commonality. Likewise, there's some theory fundamentally, right? It was interesting. You could give it a read. Any two people in the world you take randomly, they can be connected with 6 or 7 intermediate nodes, connecting nodes. 6 or 7 maximum. Right? That's an interesting theory. You could read out when you get time, right? Likewise, it is in Tamil Nadu, the same state where we are in. Our own network, if you can extend it, we could easily hit it in 2 to 3, max 4, not beyond that. Somebody we could reach out, network we can connect and see to it, and see how best we can genuinely pick this up. That's as an action item. Probably generally we can take it. Venkateshwaran, you can also take it. Admin team, any of us, right? It need not be necessarily an individual. Right? So this is one we could do. And yesterday's meeting means we have gone through and hope there is no pending, right? Nothing pending. We can now directly go to the reports. All right. So let me do one thing. I know, let me shade repo V1, right? As of now, we'll keep it. At the plan of action is, guys, we will still try to keep the reports available in the repo V1, BAE website itself. When this website is up and running, then we'll shift it. Until then, the modus operandi will be on the SHaDE repo V1. The currently running BAE version of the repository is where we will run the reports now, as what we spoke yesterday, right? So I'm gonna do a git pull. It will pull out the repository, the latest, whatever we have got. Yes, fantastic, we got it, right? Now, let's go to the report section. Okay, what we could do, CP minus R 2023. I don't know whether I created a branch. Anyways, I think I have it all in master branch. That's okay. At the moment, we'll go with the branch as what it is. Okay, we have this report 2024. So what we could do, I would go here. Let me pull this into this project. Add project folder. Yep. Let's do this. Reports. All right. 2024. This is where we're going to operate. So, right. The actual goal is we take the previous year report, copy it, 2024, then we start pulling it. Do the necessary changes and have the output ready. Accordingly, we'll finish it. That's one goal. One sitting, we'll do it now, right? So I think just a quick overview, right? What we have seen yesterday, the reports. We have it here. Yeah, 2023. So potentially we have 4 sections. First is appeal summary. Second is cost-wise summary. Third is beneficiary summary. Fourth is transaction summary. That goes without saying, right? Self-explanatory. So what we could do, yes, all the files we need to rename them. This is a zip file that we can delete it. All the files, what we need to do, we need to rename that. This is what doc. Okay. I don't know what is that doc. Okay. All these files, we have to rename it as 20. I think did I have a rename file? Legend balance. File type. I had shell script. Output change names. Yeah. 2021 to 2023. Year pattern. I already have a shell script. Let's do that. Wait a minute. Where is that script? Shell script. There is no script here, is it? Where is the change names? Yeah. The change names is missing. Do we have it here anywhere? Change names. Interesting. It shell script. Okay. I thought I had it. Yeah, here it is. Great. Do you see here? Janani, do you see?
Yes, no, change names,
Yeah.
markdown to H and HTML.
So star.sh 2024, we could move it. So we could convert that as well. All right.
How are
So
you connecting this now? Like through terminal?
yeah, git command from network.
Oh,
Git is generally GUI, but its most preferred productive is command line. Command line you could usually do that. So I'm writing some
supports in all OS or only in
always Windows as well. You could. But only thing is Windows does not directly support the shell scripting. You need to have either GNU utils or Git bash. So that as a Linux binaries will help you run at least 100 plus, not all the scripting, the command line utilities in Linux. But most popular commands or utilities are available in Windows version, like ls, cd, cat, top, find, grep. Most of the commands what we needed, right? So let's come here. Let's do change names, right? Let me first do that. Yes. What do we do? 2021 to 2022. I did it. Now what should we change this? 2023 to 24, right?
so
So
this creates a new file, is it?
yeah, it will rename it. The file name alone will be renamed, and we'll modify the content.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's why to do it manually, right? There are 10 plus files, 12 plus 12 files, right?
Oh, in that path, okay.
So what does it do? It iterates all the files, and each entry, wherever the entry is with the 2023, it modified it 2024.
24, okay.
So let's do that now. And as well, the output change names also, right? You see, whatever it reports, that also the output we are having it now, right? So in 2022, where I'm running, this output I've actually captured it, right? I think that's what I have actually. HTML version, we do it, right? That's okay. So whether it changes or not, let's run it. I'm changing the file permission to all the files, executable permission. Now I'm running this change names. Markdown to HTML, it's different. We'll do them later. What about rename files? Here also it's already there, 2020 or 2022. That's also another file. Change names, and we did, probably we'll do change names. Now what happened? Modified file index HTML 2024. You see here, all the files were modified, right? Shared stats 2024.md as well, it has come, correct? Do you see that? What do you do now? VI output change names dot sh dot md. So let's come here. Here it is. Okay. Let's take the return time. When are we running this? Potentially, yeah. So what do we do now? All right. So we know when we are running this, what is the output of this file, right? Now let's take a look. Do you see any file named 2023? All of them is 2024. Forget about the zip file that we can remove it, right? We'll do it later. All the individual files are changed to 2024. Do you see that?
Okay.
Right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Their balance is different. We'll take a look later. And there's docx. Each docx, I think probably we were each individual output we have put it as a as a Word doc. That is what I think. We'll take a look. We'll run the script one by one, right? So I would open. Reports 2024, right? We have the dockets, appeal summary. Let's open that. See, same thing as a Word doc, right? Likewise, appeal cause-wise summary. This is appeal beneficiary summary. They are nothing but the same output what you have taken. I think she saved it in the doc file first and gave it to me, Kushbu, when she was working on. All right. This is the last time what we had, 2023, last year what the balance we had it, that's fine. Ledger balance, what else? Appeal cause-wise, appeal beneficiary, transaction summary. Maybe we don't have the other dockets, that's fine, okay? So this is the same output what we query, I'm gonna run it in the terminal, that's why I opened it now, right? So the plan of action is, we'll take each individual SQL, we will run it, copy and paste the output, save it in a Word doc first, then we'll create a markdown file as well, and we will go through that, prepare the HTML equivalent version, and then go through and see whether is there anything manually we need to tally it. In case we need to do a bit of a homework that demands more time than we could possibly now accommodate in this meeting, we'll take it offline. Then we can reconvene. If there is a homework, we'll do it. If not, we will close this, complete the exercise by now itself. Make sense? Shuram. Okay?
Okay, sir.
You better change the track, huh?
No, sir, no, sir.
All right. Now this is all changed. So this is a temp file, what is created, that's okay. Our first primary focus is on where? This is all MD is the same thing, right? What individual snippet output we are putting it markdown, and that converts into HTML. Ultimately, what we need, we will run each SQL query, get the output in the terminal, the tabular format of output. We'll capture it, save it in a Word doc as a rich text. Same content will have a markdown file. From a markdown, I already have an utility to convert that into equivalent HTML. That we will put it in a report fold structure and then make it uploaded. That's what the zip file is all about. Okay, that's the whole structure of the game plan of this exercise. Yeah. Okay, now our first intention is to get the SQL script. Let's go now. This is the SQL cost-wise summary we have. I hope the screen is visible, right? Font size is okay, right? Transaction summary, beneficiary summary. We'll go any order we can go, doesn't matter. So let's go in the same thing. Why this the first script is missing? 02 only we have. Why not 01? Interesting. 2023 SQL. Everywhere it is only 3, is it? Parent appeal summary.sql. Why was it cause-wise summary, beneficiary-wise summary, transaction summary? What do we have now here? Cause-wise, beneficiary, appeal-wise summary is missing. I don't know. Interesting. Let's copy and paste this. We would need that. Yeah. Appeal summary. So let's rename it. Sorry. The year-wise. Whatever the year we have. 2022, 2024. Wherever it is blindly. Anyway, 2023 we have. No, we don't have it. Okay. Let's run this. This is a select and year, whatever we need. We could, I think in Windows, I had a different structure. We'll run the parent script, will run everything and give the output, whatever we are printing. This is fine. Let's run this. What is the query we are doing? View software. Year of transaction, distinct appeal ID, appeal count. See, this is how many appeals we had in a year. Let's go keep this handy, potentially, or what do you call it? Reports, right? What is the first report? Appeal summary. What are we taking? Year-wise, how many appeals we got, right? Total count, correct? Yes or no? That is what we are going to take it now. First out, right? Where is the summary document here? Appeal beneficiary summary, appeal cause-wise summary. I don't know. Here it is, right? This is 2024. We made it here as well. What we can do?
2023.
There is a fine replace. Here it is. 2023, 2024. Everywhere. All right, 20 replacement. Fantastic. 2024 cause-wise summary. Right? Let's now run this. Take the query. Go ahead. In DB, I have modified it. We'll put this 2024, year-wise 2024, we modified it, right? Make sense?
Fill ID.
How many we had?
Okay, 33.
33. For this year, either we can modify it this way or save and paste it. Match destination formatting. I don't know, it's not properly fitting. We can just adjust it. It's one and the same, right? Where required. 33, we have the result, right? What we could also do, the output, appeal summary.md, right? HTML or MD. Here it is. We could use this.
Text.
This is where our job, first cut, right? Here as well, why 2023, we should modify 2024. Any 2022? No. So step by step, we are replacing that. 2023, 2024, right? Appeal. Is it fine? Any questions, guys? We are good?
No, sir.
All right. I'll keep it only this. Next, second query. What is the output we have? Status-wise appeals. All of them will, what is the primary thumb rule for all our query we'll be executing now? One thumb rule or one primary condition. Whatever we speak now should have one top level condition, filter. What is that?
Based on year, I know it's obvious.
That is the primary. Because we are preparing the report for this year 2024. So you're absolutely right, back on. No matter what, we don't need to repeat it. Every query, we want to present it in different structure. Whoever is interested, right? How many beneficiaries, how many appeals, how many status, right? Etc. etc. But all of them should be confined within the current year 2024 that you are operating. So it goes without saying, right? So this is the next query, status-wise appeal with the transactions. What we do. So let's run this.
But what if appeal carry forward from the 2023 to 20?
Interesting question. Very good question. It will still call it as in progress. It will come under in progress. You will see it now. So there are appeals we are carrying forward, but that appeal travels every year as in progress state only.
Okay.
Once it would have been new, but which will be new? Which appeal will be new?
You just created.
Just now, like last year, yesterday, what we have, which has not progressed to in progress will still be new at the time of taking a report. For sure, the appeal which was created in January, February, what could be the status of such appeal? When we take a report in December of the same year, 10, 11 months before, what could be the status of that appeal? For sure, it will not be new. Venkateshwaran, is it right? It should be in any one of the other states. It could have been completed, on hold, cancelled, or in progress. That's about it. It will never be in a new status. We will not keep it new as for forever. No. Right? So that said, that's the actual context of the appeal status. This is where our knowledge also increases. We tend to do with this domain. Right? So let's run this query. Ideally speaking, I had this in Windows when I ran it, or Mac, I need to try now as one parental script. If you do it all, it will run everything and then be the output. But now you are totally new set of audits. I'm genuinely missing Kushbu today. I thought she will, because she was the master brain behind this. And we connected in 2020 when I was in Ramapuram, Chennai. First time ever we made this sequel. She did her best. I would definitely give her that credit for these reports whenever we run it. And she beautifully did it. She had some questions, queries, we connected. That is when I have requested her, you please save it as a reusable script. So year on year we can, and we are running it now. Right? So that is where we had enough discussions as well. How do we do for it? Zero doesn't come in after any appeal, SHaDE, as what we discussed yesterday. Generic SHaDE we do not have a sequence number for it appeal. It's a parental appeal called 0. We somehow assign it as 0, but there's no 0 as a database primary key ID. So we have to do manual adjustment for it. We'll see to it, right? So let me take this query. At the moment, it's good that I'm running individually because you guys are a new audience now. You would have a better understanding for each query, each output we discuss, you have a better understanding. If I run it all at once, maybe we will not spend this much amount of time in doing a detailed discussion, right? Touch wood, I don't know, next year when we run this, whether we'll have the same audience, somebody new comes in, or we don't know the status of it, right? It's all the destiny what it decides, the number of the actual participants, stakeholders who are running the show, right? I am continuing, hopefully here throughout other audience, but let's see. Hopefully, if things are destined enough, we'll continue the same participants, right? Right. So let me paste this other query now. This is a SQL query. I'm again not getting into the technical explanation of the SQL syntax. Only domain functionality we're talking about it. This has been run, what you call, executed through 4 years. We are in 4th year now. 2020, 21, 22, 23. 3 years, 4 years we have run it. This will be 5th year if I'm not wrong when we started the reports. Let's take a look. 23. That's right. For 2009 and then 20 we started. If I'm not wrong, right? So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. This is the 5th year we are running now, right? So that said, what are we taking the query now? Status wise appeals matching with the transactions. You go to this thing as well. What is that? Okay, wait a minute. Did I start recording? I think I did, right?
Yes, no, it's recording.
Most often I did that mistake. I think I told you, right? During a couple of times with the Krishnaveni, when we ran it, 2 hours, 3 hours it went. It's only screen share. One time it was recorded, but I forgot to share the screen. 3 hours, but I did not even upload it. Doesn't make any, only audio, but no screen share. 2.5 hours, 2 hours plus something like that. Minimum 2 hours, I know. Other thing, we were talking, but I forgot to click recording. Yeah, lessons learned. Okay. Now, we are trying to look at the second query. See, this is the first sheet, appeal related we are talking, where we have a sections. First is total appeal, other is a status wise appeal. What? The number of appeals in each status of this year. So that's what we're gonna take it on year 2024. What do we have now? It goes without saying, am I right? Yes or no? Take the output. We just had one yesterday, correct?
Yeah.
That is what you see as what? Tell me the question. New. But hang on.
But there were three.
3 appeals.
Yeah, that's what I was.
This in progress, I think there is a space. I don't know. Why is it? We need to rectify it. I think there is a mistake. We need to see, we need to manually count it. Last year also the same thing happened. I think we'd have counted it. This is appeal cause-wise summary. Yeah. Where is appeal summary? Beneficiary summary. I think that doc is also missing. Somewhere it was not copied and pasted. Appeal summary doc, Word doc. No. 23 appeal doc causeway summary, beneficiary summary, appeal. Okay, we don't have it. That's fine. We'll manage it. I don't know. That's okay. But this summary itself in progress should be 1. Last year also, I don't know what we discussed. Anything in this? Transactions in, okay, got it. What are we executing? If there is a status is null, then we move it as in progress. That way we see 2. Got it? Select here, and the case when status is null, then we make it as in progress, else the actual status. We put it as status and count. So that, let's say for example, I run this as null. Interesting, we need to find that out. What is that? Let's see this. That's a query. See, some appeal is in null status. What is that? B dot status. Appeal info. where the status is null. Select.
But how could that be?
Let's see. ID, name, status from. I'm running a query now to find out from the appeal table which appeal is got the status null, right? Let's see how many of them are null. Nothing.
I tried with is null as well. No, it didn't return anything. Or is it picking based on the transaction?
Let's see what are you doing now. We are trying to transaction ID left out to join where there is no matching. Appeal ID not equal to -1 group by. We don't want to. You remember we have a miscellaneous transactions. Generally, this is where we do it. Venkateshwar, you could also. We have a miscellaneous transactions we enter. Sometimes which is not pertaining to my personal transactions. Sometimes it fallen, which we don't really want to account into our actual appeal status summary. We want to categorize. We will categorize as -1 as appeal ID. Those we ignore it, right? Keeping that aside, we are running this. What is this? Where appeal ID is not equal to -1, then we are running it. So,
And I think table transaction details is also joined, right? Like, for example, SHaDE
but we
admin.
don't have an appeal ID. We need to check that.
Admin
You are
have
right. Select star from table transaction details where
again.
appeal ID is null. And here, 2024. No. Or is empty. Could be anything.
Even in that case,
Wow.
2 should be returned because
Now we have too many. Let's see. $137 entries. Awesome. So what can we do? Appeal wise, we can take. I think all of them are appeal. Right? Let's run this query and see. Not sure where what it went wrong. $137. All of them were not having a matching appeal ID, right? So what we could do. All are credit 137. So this is where it comes as null and we put as in progress. So what are those? We'll have to take a look. Instead of this, now what we need? Transaction ID. What columns? Transaction type, not count. We'll say name. Obviously, appeal ID is empty. Amount, right? Is it fine? Instead of group by appeal ID transaction type, we could do order by. Don't have a date. Wait, Priya Vijay. Zero is a SHaDE appeal. Got it.
It's only indicate the 0 only.
Guys, just now we spoke, right? I forgot. Just now I was
Yes, sir.
saying all the contributions for SHaDE where we
zero.
map it as 0
Yes, sir.
against appeal ID 0. Do we ever have an appeal with ID as 0?
No, sir, only 0.
There is no appeal with ID 0.
No, sir.
What should we do? I think we should add a comment here, right? That's why what we do? In progress, we make it, right?
Yes, sir.
Mapped against normal SHaDE contributions, right?
Upper can't we add another and now, like to exclude 0? Sorry, I'm just decoding this code.
We could. Appeal ID not equal to -1, we wanted to check. But we wanted to count that as well as an appeal. That's a good question, right? We wanted to include that as well as an appeal. So ideally what I would do, the in progress one I'll submit up. There is also ongoing appeal, parent appeal. So it's an appeal.
Okay,
If
okay.
it's it,
Got it.
number of appeals will be one less.
Mm-mm.
That's why, right?
Okay.
So and we see two different entries with the status in progress, and at the end we sum them up. We have only one entry. All right. So let's run this query once again. I think all of them for SHaDE appeal. Appeal ID 0, right? 0 means
Yes,
SHaDE, right?
Yes.
So we have this. What do we do net? We come back, take this. I think it's the same. We already had it. What can we do? The in progress one, instead of 13, we say 14. Get what I'm saying? 13 plus 1, 14. So whether the count matches 14, 18 plus 1, 32 plus 1, 33. Make sense?
Yes, sir. Now it's
Okay,
simple.
but now new should be 2, no?
We'll, that's another question. We'll see. Yesterday we have seen 3 under new. What were
One is hosting
hosting? Other is the new Deepika.
Deepika.
and Namrata.
And,
Namrata. Why we don't know.
Hosting, I
Yeah.
understand there are no transaction details, so probably.
That's fine. You still have these 3, right? Isn't it? Right? When did we create 2024 only? Still status is new. Interesting. Why the query doesn't fetch here? Probably there is no transaction. We have not mapped it, Janani. But good catch you had. These do not have any transactions. We are mapping them with the transactions. Ideally, we acknowledged it? And there should be 2, at least 2.
At least 2, yeah, because I think
But today I acknowledge it, sir.
Yeah.
Great. Then I did not get the latest in my machine. This was the latest. You remember always I acknowledge. Right? That's a good catch. Venkateshwaran, thank you. Good. So we are mapping this against a transaction table. There in production you run it. Where am I running this against?
Oh, it's not on your
My local copy.
Okay.
So well and always why I do it in my local copy? Best thing we can always run this in the PHP my admin of cPanel. SHaDE, direct data. But the output, the tabular column, I cannot copy it. It's in the web it is. That's why preferably I run it in my terminal. So what should I do now? Like in applications, whenever we have corporates, right? When we have a severity production issue, save one, keep aside everything you do, work on that. Likewise, what we need to do? Venkateshwaran,
So
did you upload the latest file?
Yes, sir.
Did we upload the file PRODB?
Sir, tomorrow only update, sir. Monday,
I
sir,
know,
Sunday.
but now we are running the report, right? Tomorrow only we do, I know, boss. I don't deny.
Yeah, sir. But the
But
latest one,
we can do anytime, any number of times, doesn't matter. Okay?
yeah, okay, sir. Give me a few minutes, I will update, sir.
Please do that. Today's date. You
Yeah,
put,
okay.
let me know. I can take a dump and accordingly we need to replenish the data and run the query once again. So every time the count should be intact, matching with each other. Good catch, we got it now, right? Guys,
Yes, sir.
this is what I told. We cannot always rely on the system. We need to human brain. No matter how much automation picks up, the manual flow still has a value, right? Human mind cannot be, almost likely it cannot be totally replaced by a machine. Human values, human touch is always preferred because of so and so reasons. Now, in the meanwhile, what we can do while Venkateshwar is preparing, we can look at the query and keep it ready. At least take a look what, right? At the moment, yes, we have this, but it is not right. We need to rerun it, right? Let's rerun that. So this I added a comment today. That's fine. This is the third and final query. What is that? Appeal present in the system without any transaction. Janani, you would have it now.
Thing part. Okay.
There is no transaction, right? Cancel the 3, new 1, in progress 1. What is this in progress? We'll have to check. New 1 is what?
Hosting appeal.
Yes. That we know what it is all about. We're just only giving a status now. Cancelled, there are 3. In progress, there is 1. Right? In progress, there is 1. Count table appeal info. What is the count total? 311. How much it is? No
Fine.
transaction. We cannot directly tally it. But one thing what we can check, cancelled 3, there is no transaction. That's why it didn't appear here. Got it? We're only saying matching transactions, appeal summary. We had taken, there is no transaction at all. That's why we still bring that. You understand? The second section talks about the appeal which had a valid transaction. So the third and last section we bring in, which talks, hey, here are the appeals which are just created, but they did not have any transactions flowing through the system for those appeals. That's why another logical segment we bring in to add clarity to it, right? One thing what we can check, the ultimate boundary. 3, new is 1, 1, 1 matching, in progress is 1. Assuming this is only 2 in progress, it cannot have 5, for example, right? That we need to check. You get what I'm saying? Total number of appeals in the status, that is, it should sum up well. It cannot be going beyond the boundary. So this again, I'm capturing it. Did I capture the output? Yes. And I save it here. All right. Now, shall we'll wait. I don't know why that document. Let me create one. That should be one Word doc, but appeal summary, not beneficial summary, just appeal summary. Twenty 2024. All right, we did it. I think I should copy paste. We can copy paste this. This is same. It's not cause wise summary. We say status wise appeals. All right, appeal summary, not cause wise appeals. Appeal summary, details. Okay, what does it say? Following status shows The appeals we had taken the year 2024, total appeals is 2023. Status wise appeals, take it here. I don't know why it doesn't really. How can I make it look better? Probably I can take this here. This is better.
So now the backup was taken, sir.
Taken, nice.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you. This font, Fourier New 11. 1 minute, I'll do that. This we said will make it 14. All right. Let me do the same thing. Okay, excellent. Thank you. I download this. This is what I usually do, Venkateshwaran. And I'll acknowledge you always, right?
Yes, sir.
So yes, this has come in. Picked up. I would replace that. All right. So let's run this. PHP databases, SHaDE. GFA. I create the database, go to import, choose the file. Check DB backups, GoDaddy 2024 SQL zip. So I run this, I import it. It'll give me successful. Yeah. We don't need to send a mail for this now. It's okay. We can still take it tomorrow. Venkateshwaran. 148 queries, it is successful now, right? Now what can I do? Venkateshwaran? What should I do? What should I do now?
So now you
Run the queries once again, am I right?
yeah, yes, sir. Now itself the query was run successfully.
What at another time, right?
Hmm.
Better. This is second command. 13 plus 1, 14, 30. This is 34 now, right?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Now one count is increases.
How? The new one I created yesterday. You are right.
Yes, sir.
It's not 33, 34. That's correct. Better, right? We missed it. So this is the wrong count it will be showing, correct?
Yes, sir.
34. Now what is this command? 18, 14, 2. New is 2 now, right? Let us
Yes, sir.
always take the latest and then you do the mapping. What do we do?
In progress 14, sir.
18 plus 14, 32 plus 2.
34.
We are good. Count is intact, correct?
Now we see count.
Let's bring that as well. This is 2. That's it. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Status wise. Now last query. We have to run it everything, rerun it everything. Just to find out. Here we get new 1. In progress 1, cancel the 3. There's no change in it. Yeah, because no transactions. For only one appeal here, we don't show, right?
Yes, sir.
There are
But the two appeal was the transaction we
Deepika,
have
Namrata, this is admin host
host on the bit.
311, so they don't undergo a change. 311, right? So let's copy paste this. What is this query? Appeal in the sample, appeals created in the system did not have any transactions. So I need to still mark that. Here it is already, we have a title, appeal exists in the system, not without any transactions, right? We are good. Okay. First sheet is over. Any questions,
No, sir.
Janani? First sheet pertaining to appeal, we had 3 summaries. One, okay, what happened? Step 2. Okay. So first section, we had appeals, number of appeals.
Hmm.
Second subsection is the appeals status wise, where we had valid transaction.
Yes, sir.
Third summary is what? We had appeal.
Cancelled, closed,
Yeah,
on
appeal
hold.
in the system, but did not have any transaction. So one is
Hmm.
over, right?
Yes,
We
sir.
have done with the output as well, appeal summary.
Hmm.
What is the second SQL I can take? Cause wise, right?
Yes, sir.
I can close this and this. Take this and the corresponding appeal causeway summary.md, correct?
Yes, sir.
Where here as well, I'll replace all 2023,
22, 24.
2024. All right. Causeway summary. What am I doing? Same thing. Edit. View word wrap. Right. We take that causeway summary. How many appeals were present? The year 2024. So appeal count 23. One.
23 here is.
Yeah. I've seen. Thank you. I was just shocked. 2024 now.
Yeah.
So
Now
34.
it's
This is also cause wise. Total appeals matching with the transaction. We just start the same thing. There's no change at all. 2024, 34. No big deal. Here as well. 34 is a count, right? Cause wise. Appeal cause wise. Oh, I did manage update in this sheet, is it? Appeal summary. This is beneficiary. I think I messed up. This I would have saved as appeal summary. Yeah. Appeal cost-wise summary is different. What can I do? I would rather rename that and bring it from there and then replace it. 2023 cost-wise summary dot dockets. Not cut, sorry. Copy. Paste it here. Yeah. We don't need 2024 cost-wise. I'll delete it. And then only one file, I'll rename it. 2024. All right.
yes, sir.
So
I
I
will
open this. Same file. Will come with 2023. I'll now replace that. So we have the same thing, right? 2023. 2024. All right. Replace all. 20 replacements. We are good. This is 34. All right. Yes or no? We have 2024 cost-wise summary. Total transactions under cost-wise. See, this sheet is all about, okay, we'll go back, home, appeal summary, home, cost-wise summary. We're gonna list out how many appeals were created in each cause, general, admin, environmental, food, education, medical, etc. For what nature of the appeal we support. That's why it's called cause. Cause-wise summary. We bring in that bifurcation, grouping how many appeals we got under which category. Cause means category of appeals, right? So let's take this now, second one, and run this. See, now what should we always check for everything before we go? What should we check? What count? Two things we should check. One is the year, other is the total number of appeals.
Total of copies.
You must have
Equal
wondered
total
why
count.
always we start with the total appeals. So that the boundary determines, right? The
Yes, sir.
total number of appeals should not exceed, no matter what. It's a simple math, ledger balance, accounting, right? It should not have a major deviation of the total volume that we have, right? So
Yes, sir.
34 is the appeal count we have taken for the year 2024. That's all. So anything and everything we do should not go beyond 34 is the upper perimeter, upper boundary, inside which we go bifurcations, cause-wise, status-wise, etc. We give it. First thing we have seen is the status-wise, cancel, in progress, appeal workflow status, new, completed, in progress, cancelled, etc. Now, what are you looking at it? Cause-wise, category, medical, food, education, etc. How many we have? It's a second query. First, we have seen total number of appeals. How many we have? General 1, admin 2, education 12. Wow. Highest appeals we have taken is education. Environmental 3, food 6, medical 9, others 1. So what is the total count?
34, sir.
3, 12, 15, 18, 24, 34. Brilliant.
34.
Good. Is matching, sir?
Yeah, amazing, sir.
Excellent.
Others are miscellaneous now. Sorry, I have too many questions.
No, that's fine. No question is stupid. Any question is valid. Tell me.
No, others means miscellaneous, right?
That's fine. That's right. What do we do here? Total appeals. Anything -1 is others, we put it. General. Others is general. I think we put it as general.
But we have one as general.
Yeah. Oh, no, we exclude -1, Janani. If it is null, it is general. That is SHaDE. Null. Where is appeal ID is null?
Okay.
We have just seen it. What is appeal ID is equal to null? Transaction details. We don't have appeal ID. Appeal ID is 0. We doesn't have a matching entry in the appeal table. In the transaction table, we have appeal ID as 0 for generic SHaDE. But we do not have corresponding entry in the appeal info for appeal. Excuse me. Who stay? Sorry. We do not have an entry in the appeal info table for an appeal with the matching ID 0. Venkateshwaran, you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Database, ERD, ER diagrams of database normalization, what we talk about it. It's not a pure normalization, but more of absolute fundamentals of database. So we do not have a corresponding entry in table appeal info with the ID 0. That is why when we try to join these two tables from the transaction perspective, it will come as null. But that null, we are matching it as general. Generic SHaDE, general. But
yes,
in every query, what are we purposefully ignoring is the appeal ID should not be as what? -1.
Yeah.
What is that -1?
Miscellaneous.
So miscellaneous is something out of the boundary of the shelf that falls in. Got it? Which
Got it,
we
sir.
never bring into the context. So every query you look at it, what is the exclusion criteria we are having it? What is the exclusion criteria we have for every query?
-1.
Appeal ID not equal to.
Minus.
So that means every query you look at it. That's the second thumb rule I can say. What is the first thumb rule we operate in every query? I said
Year.
year. Which year?
2024.
Why?
Because it's current report.
We are taking the report for this year. That's why 2024 is the first pyramid operating ground. Second, what is the transaction we are trying to talk about? The report we are generating for. What transactions make sense to us?
Is this pertaining to SHaDE transactions or anything other than SHaDE? Like miscellaneous, because sometimes Google GPay is connected with that. So potentially off the shelf transactions also coming to our account. But will it ever add any values? Which we categorize as miscellaneous? Does it add any value? That is why, Venkateshwar, you are clear.
Clear, sir.
That is why.
All.
Yo, I don't know. That is why we have the secondary primary rule of thumb or the excluding criteria is boss. You to the database when you talk. Please operate any and every query for me now with respect to the year as 2024. And the transaction appeal ID should not be -1 miscellaneous, because we are running the report for the year 2024 for the SHaDE transactions, not the miscellaneous ones. Make sense? Clear?
Clear, sir.
So that is why you see this general is our generic SHaDE, general SHaDE, parental ID. Rest of them all intact. Makes sense?
And others is the appeal which we created for washing machine.
Could be.
I'm not sure if it is okay to mark it as others. For Annai and Balaya, we sponsored for washing machine.
We can find that out as well. And each category what went in. Ideally, that could be brought in as, I don't know.
Can't be medical, can't be food, can't be.
Agreed. That's okay. It can be general, I would say, instead of others, but that's okay. We'll live with it. Now, it's not a too big deal now.
Okay.
Fine. We'll come back to this later. Oh, we already have it, others, right? So let me now capture that in the cause-wise summary. This one, right? Last year we ran it. Okay. 34 count we have taken. Now,
Yes, sir.
cause and status-wise breakup. You look at it. Here, status, cause, how many? We bring in that perspective as well. See, this is an interesting topic, guys. In the companies as well, when you say you bring in a report or dashboard, any different dimension you can bring it in. With respect to the beneficiaries or status, if we have more statistics, we can even say what regions we covered. Got it? Like state-wise, North India, East India, South India, etc. Or Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Noida, Uttar Pradesh. State-wise also we can bring it in, provided. We can add any perspective. What is our region of coverage? And more interestingly, we can pin it in the India map dynamically. So this year we have touched the lives of the people in this area. Why not? More interesting, more appealing. How nice it would be if you put it in the first page of the report. Add perspectives. Think of it, right? So data is very important. We have the data, we can present it in any different format. Right? Now let's run the other query. What is that? It's time already 2 o'clock. We have to run it through. Appeal cause-wise matching, this one. All right. Now we see here, what is the one thing we should check always when we take any report?
Count
Year
of the
2024, count. How many? 1,
34.
2, 10, 12, 18, 20, 24, 25, 31, 32, 34. First count is matching. Next, what can we do? Next, what can we do potentially? First
Yes, sir.
criteria is passed, 2024. Second criteria, number of total appeals is passed. Then what else we could do? Additionally, is there anything we can do, or we are done with it all? In this output. Sorry. Can we do anything or no?
Here, we are
We
good.
have this, guys. General, how many? 1. Admin,
Okay.
2. There is 1.
Very
There is
simple.
two
Yeah.
status with admin work. One is complete, one is in progress. Probably for Krishnaveni it is completed, for Venkatesh it is in progress, correct?
Yes, sir.
Education 12. How many? 8 completed.
Right.
Remaining 4 in progress. 8 plus 4, 12. Can we do it or not?
Uh,
That's the job of the right administrative team. Have it completely vetted. Anything and everything you should have it in your. This is what they say fingertip. It tallies, it matches. I have done my due diligence. I am very. This is called signing off. That is a value add we could do. Otherwise, always what can we do? Okay, you run the script, get the output and done, do it. No. Then there's no fun in human minds. We are talking, we are trying to add values to it. This could also be automated, but for which there is a human brain is required. Right? What next? Environmental 3. So 2 completed, 1 in progress. Excellent. Food, 6 appeal. Where are the food? All the 6 are in progress. Okay. Medical 9. 6 completed. Medical 1 in progress, 2 new. What are those 2 new? Namrata Pandey.
Deepika.
This is where the more inclined, involved we are in, the quicker the output is all about. The involvement, right? Next. Others 1. There is 1 others. We are good. Get more what we could do. Completed how many we have? 1, 8, 9, 11, 17, 18. Right? Do we have a completed status marked anywhere?
Under report.
Earlier, completed 18. Does it match? So here
Yes,
we
sir.
are verifying against the cause this column. Likewise, status also you could make it. Am I right? How many in progress? 1, 2, 6,
6.
7, 13, 14. In progress 14, including the 1. 13 plus 1, 14. Correct?
14.
Then how many completed we have? 18. Completed, we have just done it. New is 2. New is 2. Right? In progress, completed, new. All right?
Yes, sir. All are matching.
Summary, we had 4 columns to be verified. 1 a year, then the total count, then cost wise count, then the status wise count. We have verified that as well. Correct? We have taken the output cost wise here, we have not taken. Did we take it? Yeah, we took it here. So what we could do, cost and status wise breakup, and we filter that. I don't think it doesn't come. We'll have to run, run this. All right. Now, appeal exists in the system without transactions. Here as well, we have every time. What is that? Which we already run it now. How many?
First of all, we have to change the year, sir.
We have changed now, 2024.
Yeah, okay.
Wow, this is interesting. What is that we are saying? Appeal exists in the system without any transactions, but cost wise. We are listing it as cost. Cancelled 2 education appeals. Cancelled. Why we didn't have it here? Cancelled. Because it is not having it a valid transaction. All these are having some valid transaction in the system. Here, only the appeal was created, but there is no transaction. That's why we see 2. Cancelled under education 2, medical 1, admin work in progress 1. Why? That is our this thing.
I think the hosting, sir.
Hosting.
Yeah, hosting.
New is 1. New is hosting. What is this admin work in progress? Then what is this? Which
The
admin?
in progress is indicate my appeal, sir.
But without transaction. You have a transaction. You are not.
Yeah, I have a transaction, sir, but why this indicators?
I don't know. So which appeal is this?
But Jananya appeal, sir. But it's completed state only, no, sir.
We have to check, boss. Education 2, medical 2, admin work one, yes, that's a hosting. New, this one. We created, there's no transaction exists as of now, we had it for hosting. What, then that is why you should not have just have admin work cost. Okay, probably it's appeal time. What is this in progress under admin work which does not have a transaction? Any clue? Under in progress, we have an admin work but don't have any transaction.
Krishna Veniyaka appeal, sir. I
Add it
think.
on. Oh, okay, maybe we didn't have that. Appeal
Yeah.
did not move it there.
Yeah, yes, sir. I think
Be.
that one.
Could be, but is it in progress? Let's find that out.
But this year, some transactions are transferred by the Krishna Veniyaka appeal, sir. But
Yeah, there is a parent appeal, like
Admin work.
admin work. Under, we have three.
Yeah,
Krishnaveni, Venkatesh, and then hosting.
could be. Yeah, that's correct. Beneficiary. Let's look at the search beneficiary admin. Admin work. 240, 188 is a benefit, huh? 188. Shared admin work, shared admin work. So what is the parent? 245 is a parent, huh? So
Yeah, 245 is the parent.
this is in progress. Okay, then we need to manage it. Probably it's fine. We'll have to decide the strategy so that it doesn't cause a confusion.
okay, sir.
Or we have to add a remorse column. Nearby we add a remorse that says what is what. Can we add it? Probably. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just add this. Man, it's not finishing us. Okay. What is this?
In progress is the parent appeal. For all administrative.
All right. Cancel new admin work posting. All right. Let's keep it. So that helps us, right? To have. All right. Okay. What next in this? COVID. Still, we wanted to really bring in that dimension because we were under COVID hit, COVID situation. How many specific to COVID we can cater to? But I don't think we would still have any relevance now. We don't have it at all. So do we need to have it now, this section?
I think only Vaman's appeal is what we are carrying forward.
Appeal, oh, year 2022. Why? That is why. Got it. We may have one under that. That's correct. But still doesn't come. COVID, appeal name, there's no COVID. Okay, which is fine. It's an empty set. We don't have any. Do we have no appeals? Last year also we didn't have any appeals.
So we can close it.
Continuing appeals pertain to COVID.
Okay.
Continuing, if at all there is any.
Okay.
We don't have new appeals, right? Vaman Rao.
Okay.
Have thought through? Janani? We have thought through.
Yes,
See,
no.
this is also, I think, same number, doesn't undergo a change at all. 2020 year created also 2024 years, we are still supporting 141. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Still we are supporting. No changes. So second section we have completed. What is that? Appeal wise support
Appeal
pattern.
wise, somebody.
Appeals pertain to. Now what next? Third,
Appeals beneficiary.
beneficiary wise. There's only one Under beneficiaries, how are we doing? Correct? Let me close.
Mhm.
Let me close this as well. Beneficiary. SQL. Yeah. And beneficiary summary is what? MD. All right. Yeah. There's only one. What is that? How many beneficiaries
Investor.
we have and number of transactions. Let's do this. Amazing. All right. Little big table. We would go with the 34 rows, right? Does it count? Count is matching. We don't need to manually count. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Go here, just blindly paste. Beneficiary summary. All right. Yes. Let's take this. Paste it. Now let's take a look. What do we have? Slightly making it bigger. I hope this is fine now. Usual appeals we know: in progress, education, categorization, organization, individual. Why medical? It should be individual. Baby Vandana is individual, not medical category. I don't know how it got created. It should be individual category type. Our usual donors, SHaDE sponsored student, SHaDE lotus. Why? Okay, 18 we have a separate now parental, right? So that's why we come under, unlike admin work. Okay.
Mm.
Sevalayam, Padamji, Maishji, Satyayam. Why it is still there? Satyayam bone fracture completed. This year only we completed, 132. Interesting. My bad. Sorry, guys. What did I not do?
Yeah.
You have to
Sorry about that. I was sure. 32 rows. This is the number of appeals. We don't have transactions for few appeals, right? It's just 32, not 34. That is wrong. Sorry about that. The year was not wrong. Was right. Was not right. Year was wrong. All right. Number of beneficiaries, not the appeals, 34. Here, what are we looking at it? Number of
beneficial.
beneficiaries, not the appeal, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
it doesn't matter. How many? These are all beneficiaries. Lotus, Sevalayam, Padamji, Maiji. Now we don't have that, right? Vaman Rao, Baby Vandana, Anna Anbalaya Trust, SHaDE Scholarship, Admin Work Krishnaveni salary, Baby Bishesh, nose. How many for a nose? Mostly medical we have done. Nanmai team, Haripriya R, beneficiary, Baby Priyansh, nose, Manjushri B Comfy, Baby Ansh Kumar, 6 years boy, National R. Probably another interesting insight I'm looking at it. Can you think of? When I look at the name, we could still have an additional parameter of the age of the beneficiary.
Okay.
13 under category. So, see, it is good to present the stats. This year we have catered to mostly elders. Now, what is the number of appeals maximum we have taken in this year, 2024? If you are completely involved.
24.
In the year 2024, which appeal was the most? Which category of appeal you have undertaken the most?
Medical.
Education.
Education toll and
There's a proverb in Tamil, Venkateshwaran.
sir.
Whole night you listen to the story of Ramayana.
Sir,
And
sir,
this
okay,
morning
okay.
you call Sita as Ram's cousin sister.
I am sorry, sir.
That's
My
okay.
mistake.
That's okay. Education, number of how many-
Education, 12.
So likewise, it's good to look back and see how we have helped. So
Yes.
let me make a note. We would have to break down the structure to get to capture the age of the beneficiary and probably gender, if that helps. Just to project it, we are not really, there's no commercial reason for it, but for us to understand whether we have, see, isn't it a feeling good factor? This 2024 was more of an educational appeal we have taken than medical. Likewise, maybe we have helped more of children, more of adults, more of elders. Good, what do you call, attribute to project and present. That's the beauty of dashboard. The more data we have, the more trajectory we could bring it in. So we could add it, right? Now, as I was reading through 3 years, 6 years, that got stuck, right? Mari is 5th standard. We could also do it. Who is our most beneficial, most, what do you call, benevolent beneficiaries? This year is more of children under educational, medical, or 1 year was more of elders, adults, the number of beneficiaries. But we cannot really target or capture this statistics when we do it for a flood relief or a wider cause, right? Or a bigger cause, which can help a wider audience where we will not be able to track this information. But individual appeals, when we come to us, we can very well present this. And it adds beauty to present it in the summary, right? How nice it will look like in the first sheet we say. Number of beneficiaries. This year is more of educational year. And we helped more of under 10 children. Again, if you want probably male, female, if at all you want to add colors to it. Likewise, I am saying we touched probably, India map, we are able to do it state-wise or region-wise where it was more dense. Probably our focus, it's not like exclusively made a focus. I don't say focus, our coverage, probably our, what do you call, the service was more inclined towards that region last year, right? This is where we add beauty when we present a report, guys, always. Yeah, look for the ways, all right? Manjushri, Pranesh, 10th standard, Sunil. Sunil also, we don't have COVID here, so it's escaped. Janani. We still help Sunil. That was still COVID, similar to Vaman Rao. Vaman Rao is pure medical reason. Sunil is general reason.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it is also started from COVID, we are continuing.
Okay.
Ideally, the stats is, see, if you look at it, consistency. I don't know, Krishnaveni or who created that appeal, the consistency. Now you tell me, are we still supporting Sunil or not? He is diligent. We help him, he repays back, but we are supporting. When was this appeal started? During the COVID time, right? Guys,
Sorry, no, I lost in between.
during the COVID time is what we started, correct?
Anne and Balaya. Okay.
No, I'm asking about this Sunil. During COVID time is what it started. But the report, does it really help? The data? As on date, the report shows continuing appeal post-COVID is only what?
Vaman.
Vaman Rao.
Why not Sunil?
Name didn't have COVID.
Consistency, learning. I'm always particular in that. Or we could add a tag. That way it will filter. So we should put our brain to have a consistent naming convention so that such kind of things, now you look at it, if you want to straighten the reports, what should we do? We now need to make an administrative efforts in correcting the appeal name as COVID. That way then we need to redo everything. Look at the amount of rework we need to do. So again in Tamil, there is a proverb, Seivana Tirundachai. Do it properly. Correct? Learning, lessons learned. Report lessons learned, make a note. Consistency on the naming conventions, we miss Sunil on the COVID category. So either we could add a flag, whether it is COVID pertaining to, we can add a flag. Like COVID pandemic, how many we supported, we add a flag. Rather than relying on the appeal name as a pattern, we could add a flag. So it doesn't matter whatever name we want to give it.
Inky, pinky, ponky doesn't matter, but the flag will help us collate the appeals falling under the same bucket. Make sense? Okay. Now,
Similarly, we are not tagging the age also, right? Like we are not
we need to
adding
add.
birth.
We need to add it. Now it should go into the next gen where we capture
Beneficiary should have a column as a data.
all. And most importantly, what does it come? We need to make a data migration. For the existing appeals, what we have in the system, we need to break it down and put it as one shot.
Hmm.
Data script, we need to update it. That is when the system will be foolproof. Otherwise, it will be two different snapshots. Earlier things will not have, new things will continue to have. Yes, of course, but at the earliest, we should bring that up to fill so that there are no holes in the structure that we bring in. So beneficiary should have a gender and age column. Address also we should break it down. State, I think we have it. We should break it down there as well. Make sense? Sunil, Nanmai uniform, Arangaramman school fee, Preeti S, educational, Murthy and surgery, Annai Anbalaya, medical Annai Anbalaya. Others, food organization category. For food only we did it, but cost is okay. We put it as others, it's okay, but we should generally bring it as general. If not others, we could map it to the general, right? Okay. Or SHaDE also should come into, probably SHaDE we do it general only. Any cost we take it. It doesn't get delineated for a specific purpose like education or medical, food, anything and everything we use it. So general, we could do that, right? SHaDE meal program, Master Marshal, Tavaram, SHaDE Tavaram, tree planting, SHaDE admin work, Deepika, Namrata Ponte. Make sense? We are good? So this is the third sheet we covered on the beneficiaries, total beneficiaries we have taken. I think we don't have the count. I think we should add that. How many total? Beneficiary count, we don't put it anywhere, right? Yes or no?
No, sir.
We generally better
Actually, beneficiary is where talks about how many lives we are
touch.
touching.
And we should rather add a new query. Can we add it? Number of beneficiaries, unique beneficiaries. With the transaction where there was a unique transaction. Make sense?
Hmm.
Similar to appeal summary we had here. We could add it under beneficiary. We could also have without transaction
Hmm.
wherever, right?
Right, but it can work.
Do we have beneficiary ID? No, only appeal ID. Appeal info as a beneficiary ID, correct? All right. Year, what is that year? This is date of entered. Date entered. Status, appeal, status, all right. Count beneficiary A dot beneficiary. All right, beneficiary ID is equal to beta ID 824. A dot appeal ID is equal to -1. Brilliant. Here B dot status. Oh, this is status wise, beneficiaries. We need to get a total count. What happened? B dot status. Beneficiary, there's no status, huh?
Only in appeal, I think we have
Oh, sure.
status.
Oh, beneficiary, we have state and all.
Oh.
Then A dot status. What happened? B dot status. Where is the status?
A dot status.
Where is it? Was modified, no?
In the second line now.
My bad. Year in where clause? Where is it? As year. Okay. Okay. The query doesn't come quickly.
A
Here
dot.
ID. Here dot ID. Not equal to -1. I think we should read it once. Here it is. Total beneficiaries.
No, should we really need the status?
No. I just added how many beneficiaries, but ideally this is just a query. We can add it. But what we need is total beneficiaries.
Total beneficiary.
Let me update that result later. I'll complete. This is just what we need is total beneficiaries only. Matching
But,
transaction. This one we should take. Distinct appeal count. Status wise, we don't need it. So what we can adjust, This
Maybe by state again. That's
not
going to be
status,
the second query.
just group by year. Or just to count. Should be count.
Count alone will do. But if there is a beneficiary and for which we have created an appeal, but we have no transactions, that beneficiary should not be counted.
Obviously, you are right. That's a good question as well, right? That is why we always try to present it with the transactions.
Transaction details.
When
Okay.
there is no transaction, that means it was halfway through.
Mm.
We don't really need to show that as a valid appeal. That is why we have a subsequent counter status saying that, hey, this is a complementary. Where appeal was created in the system, but there's no transaction. We still bifurcate that into two so that it doesn't inflate. Let's say there are 10 appeals we created, out of which 8 were actually transacted, 2 did not. So we still show them in 2 different sections. So the valid appeals we worked on by making the transactions are only 8, whereas the rest of the 2 were just started but did not take through further, right? So case is not required. Here count of distinct count star is fine. Beneficiaries as total. Oh, for beneficiary, table beneficiary, right? Why I don't get that transaction, that query? Here it is. This is all again. All what I'm looking at here of, we're looking at beneficiary, right? What is the beneficiary column?
ID,
Entered.
name,
Count distinct appeal ID.
beneficiary.
Beneficiary count from table transaction is a appeal info. Table beneficiary.
Transaction details doesn't have beneficiary ID, I suppose.
Yeah. Select here, that's it. Beneficiary count, table transaction A, B. Here what we could have is beneficiary. We need to make it via appeal and then beneficiary.
Appeal and then transaction.
So we should we'll do that. Probably this is taking a bit more time. I'll do that because the mapping is a bit different. Transaction to appeal to beneficiary. We need to bring in two joins, 3 tables to be involved in it. Probably we'll do that bit later. We'll move on to the next sequel. In the interest of time, I'll do that little later. What is the last thing? Did we add that? Okay, this beneficiary we filled it. What is the last one? Oh yeah, I don't see that. Transaction summary. What do we say?
Summary of all transactions, credit, debit, excluding the internal funds. This is total. This is internal. Janani, if you remember, we used to do. So this is the actual we reflected, but to avoid the false positives, correct? For every appeal, we show that as a credit, but as an internal funds. Assuming we have received 1 lakh from public. And internal funds, what regular member contributes, we put 20,000 to appeals. So for an overall appeal credit, if you look at it, what it will show as 1,20,000. But the 20,000, was it an actual credit for that appeal, or internally we have mobilized it?
For SHaDE members.
So we ignore that and show to avoid the false positives. Likewise, what are the 2 ground rules we are operating? This
Not
is for year 2024. Then none of them will include, the credit debit will include the miscellaneous transactions, -1 category, right? That's what we do. Then appeal wise transactions. Each appeal, what is a credit, what is a debit? What is a probably effective total? That's fine. Effective total means what? Credit minus debit. For all the entries where we have credit, you'll see only credit. Whereas certain regular donors, we do not have a credit, so it will be only negative. Why? From the contributions, what we get, we are contributing, we are disbursing the funds to them regularly. So it will only show negative. Negative. Whereas for typical on-demand appeals, we raise funds, we pool in, and then we remit. So there, ideally speaking, it should be balanced, or it should be a bit more negative. Why? The credit is all about what we intake from the public, our own members, etc. Remittance is all about the actual remittance we make it, plus the surcharge, transaction fee, courier charges, whatever we used to do. So that said, it should be a bit more on negative, not on credit, positive, effective transactions, right? So that is where you see everything will be negative or zero. Worst case, if there are no extra administrative expenses incurred in it, it will be at least, the best bet is at least it will be credit and debit will tally. Then in that case, the net transaction limit will be effectively positive, zero, right? Neutral ground, that's what we look at it, right? Then excluding the internal funds, we still show. That's the 2 category. Then for COVID, how much we show this as well. Now you understand what is the gap for COVID? We'll only be talking about common draw, but not about.
Okay.
If at all we want to include, we need to revise that, right? So let's run this and then close it off, right? Where is that beneficiary SQL? Transaction summary. Let it be here. I'll close. For now, I will remove this. We don't need.
Anna, another question.
Solomon.
For certain appeals, we add a row, right? Like saying that so much we have contributed from SHaDE internal funds. So in that case, credit and debit will be matched and our effective total will be 0. So is that okay?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Because like nowhere we are showing that.
But that is why we show another section excluding internal funds, where it will show a difference. I have just shown you, right? Excluding it. Here we show the master table, appeal wise transaction summary, credit debit, and effective total, right? Subsequently, we show appeal wise transaction summary excluding the internal funds. You see here, majority negative, you see. Yes or no? Here you see maximum positive, correct? Why? We pulled in our funds. Here, if you look at excluding internal funds, we put more money. It will show negative. So we received only 23,000, but we remitted 36,000. So where is the 12,000 would have come from? You understood?
Okay.
Internal funds we excluded. So only 23,000, that's what I just told. It's the actual incoming credit we got it from the public or our own members. Our own members exclusively who contribute. You look at it, I always contribute to most of the appeals. First contributor I make it. First transaction. I exclusively make it for that appeal. So I'll be one among them. Whereas on demand, when there is a need, we take it from the group funds and give it. It was not pulled in from public. That's our internal funds. If we exclude it, that will mostly be showing negative, provided we had given our internal funds. Sometimes if we didn't add in any internal funds, it was only what we received, what we remitted, it's a tallied 0. You still see a couple of them like this 0, right? 40,000, 40,000. Whatever we gave, that comes. We inputted, we remitted, right? Manikanta RM Seti Java course fee. When he wanted to study for Manikanta, he was RM Seti.
Okay.
He returned back. So 40,000 debit, 40,000 credit, net is 0. All right. So let's run this query now. Transaction summary. And we will see what best it is. Yeah. Year 2023, 2024. Let's modify it. Anything 2022? No. Great. So let's run this quickly and see what. Wow. Not sure. We'll see. What is the output? Field transaction. Yeah. Oh, last year 11 lakh. Credit 9 lakh debit. This year, not. Fund flow is reduced. 8 lakh and 74,000 was the credit. Right? And 7 lakh 32,000 we have debited. Of course, it's a part of this overall group we are talking about. Last year we received 11 lakh. Income 9 lakh, 9.3 lakhs we have spent. This year only 8 lakhs we have received as a credit overall, all put together.
IOB, ICICI, everything.
But that does not include the miscellaneous. Ground rule for every condition we talk about it. For this year, excluding miscellaneous. Only for SHaDE we're talking about, right? I don't know whether we don't have the sheet here, is it? I'll do that later. What is the next query? All transaction excluding internal funds, right? SHaDE funds. Here again, not like SHaDE funds we do, Janani.
Okay,
But
okay.
the administrative team member did not really have a mind or disciplined enough. They don't follow the practice. The consistency is broken. It's a headache for us now. Every penny should tally. That's a first discipline, ethic, integrity means the team, the group. We need to have an answer for even a single penny. Doesn't matter how, where it went, right? Is there a difference? Yes. Do you see a difference? Spot out. 8 lakh and 74,000 is the total credit we show for all appeals, excluding -1, miscellaneous. But what is the net credit we have got? 7 lakh and 78,000. Literally a lakh difference. Do you see, Janani?
Okay, but how is it making difference in credit now? Like in general SHaDE contribution, we are not.
You look at it. For the appeal, when we pull it,
Oh, this is for appeal. Okay.
all appeal for that year. When we
Okay,
pull it, we show, but this is my total credit. Where we only exclude -1. It should not be a part of my miscellaneous. That's all we say. But total credit for the appeal, because credit debit only it checks 8 lakh and 75,000. But within which the internal funds for every appeal pooled together is close to 1 lakh. For all the appeals, we have managed the internal funds as 1 lakh rupees, which is nothing but the general SHaDE contribution, whatever. Where we would have taken from intern, our own usual generic SHaDE fund, appeal 0. That amount we would have utilized it here. Or any of the money collected for the previous appeals, which were unutilized. We used to get a concurrence from them via email. That we do. So this is called inflation, inflated. If you look at it, that shows a wrong picture. Like 8.75 lakhs we received from public. No, not really. For the appeals, not really. Excluding the internal funds, what we internally mobilized. So that is also shown as a duplicate credit. But they are not supposed to be. One credit, we use it in 2 different formats. It should be shown as only one credit for the generic appeal, not for the respective appeals where on demand we pull in some money. 10,000, 12,000, whatever it is. Got it? That is why always I wanted to bring in to exclude the internal funds or whatever it is, so that we do not fall prey to the false positives. This is called false positive. All right. So 7,78,000. You look at this debit, is there a change in debit? 7,32,000. So what is the net difference? Generally, you look at it. 7,78,000 we have received, but 7,32,000 we have spent. Only what is the actual money we should be with us in this year? Carry forward.
Around 50.
Not even 50.
Okay.
32,78. 46,000.
46.
That is the net carry forward for next year. Logically, ledger balance is 46,000.
But we have
Venkateshwaran, you are with us.
Sir.
You're lost.
Sir.
You are with us or you are elsewhere? You are there in the call actively, right?
Yeah, yes, sir, sure, sir.
You see here, credit debit 2024. 34 rows, 34 appeals, correct? Each appeal we take, Janani. Does it match? Appeal name null. But what do we do with
Zero.
manually?
make it as shade.
Shade.
That's it. Got it? This is the adjustment we do. So how much for shade alone? We got 1,68,000 last year. How much this year we have got? 1,43,000 lesser. For triple S, we received 1,29,000. This year is only
85.
got the difference. All right. Yes or no? But we can't do more as what best we can, we do. Few members have stopped the standing instructions, right? It wasn't. Now let's run the another query. What is another query?
Excluding. Are we mentioning about this term shade internal funds in the report somewhere? Like, because like we can understand what is shade internal funds. Should we elaborate in the report?
We can, why not? How come? Oh, it ran. See, not like shade funds, right? How are you showing? Generally, I think we already have it. See here. Anybody who look at it, please read the lines. Appeal-wise transaction summary, excluding the internal funds. For a few of the appeals, we sponsor the internal funds of shade, which should be ideally excluded to avoid the false positives. We are showing them. All right? Make sense? Janani?
Yes, not.
All right. When we run the report, you'll understand how does it. Means run the HTML. What is the last column? We still support COVID, right? Appeal like COVID. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now what are we actually missing? Common Rao and Sunil. Only 6,000. We have given 2,000 3 times if I am not wrong. Is that right? Common Rao 141. I think we paid more, isn't it? What do you have? Transaction details? November, August. Oh, September also we did it, is it? Where is October? September or October? Guys?
No, I think in between we.
Oh, July, August, November, is it?
Yeah, in between we didn't do, I believe.
Maybe. Let's check. So this 6,000. 6,000 is tallies. Okay. Fair enough. So we'll take it. This one, we take the output here. Last year 6,920. Make sense? All right, all good. Any questions? We have covered 4 different reports. One is a normal appeal summary. What are the total appeals? Cost wise, status wise, and which are having the transactions. Then the 3 subsections we had. Total appeals, appeals with the different status based on the transactions. Third thing is where we had an appeal based on the status, but no transactions at all. First. Second is cost wise summary. Total number of appeals, total number of appeals cause-wise having a valid transaction, total number of appeals present in the system but without any, there are no transactions at all, then COVID-specific appeals. Third sheet is the beneficiary summary, number of total list of beneficiaries we have supported. Fourth and last report is all about transaction-wise summary. What is the total credit? What is the total debit? First section. Second section, credit debit bifurcation for the whole year, excluding the miscellaneous category and excluding the internal funds. Another two sections, each appeal, what is the credit debit for all the transactions, including for this year, excluding the miscellaneous, for but all the transactions, including the external funds. Last segment is all the transactions, credit and debit for this year, excluding miscellaneous funds, -1 appeal ID, also excluding the internal funds, which will show the real actual facts. This concludes the total report. What we could do? Last step, what is that we have to do? What is the last step, guys?
HTML conversion.
So let me see.
Converted to HTML.
Yeah. Name HTML, right? Let's see. I don't know whether the tool is there or not. Yeah, really error reading file. Why? Appeal summary. What's happening? Oh, these files I think I should close. There is a lock, perhaps. Word doc. I don't know. Or 2024 appeal summary. Why? .html. Not sure where it is getting stuck. Error reading file. Why? Ah, got it. Probably. What is the R we have? I don't know. Why this error reading file?
But there is a HTML created already.
Doesn't matter. We do have. No, all the HTMLs are removed. Okay, there are beneficiary summary. No. Where did we update it? This is under MD file only we updated, right? Right. Why doesn't it work? We have it. Appeal summary, but why it says it doesn't read? Status. SHaDE stands 2024.md. That's the main file where we could say 2023. Oh, all right. Today's date we can put in. What is that? Version 1.
22 December.
December. Initial version. That's what. First cut. As always, that's fine. 2025. Put that. Okay. Here it is. All the individual files. Okay, this is baseline work for 2020. This is usually stream. Automating the same in NextGen. Yeah, which doesn't really still always the same status. But why doesn't, what is the not changing? Sorry, there's nothing. What does it do? Each file.md, okay, we take file name, base name, mark down. I do have the tool, all right. Directory is this 2024 appeal summary.md, error reading file. Echo $entry, we put it, okay. That's what we read the output, right? File name, we have it, echo name, we do it. Markdown.
-T 24. Dollar entry 2024. Yeah. What is that dollar entry? No idea, man. It should work. Markdown to HTML. I don't know. $20 name. Okay. It's not an English. That is entry. This is dollar name. Entry is that. My bad. Sorry. I think I did a ulta. This is the file name. Applying the slide. Error reading file. There's no CSS.
Reading file, it means like file is there, it's not able to read.
There is no CSS. Looks like, I don't know. Let me find out why it doesn't. Error reading. Okay. Let me give.
Open. Permission is denied.
I've given all now. File permission. chmod send start out MD. Yeah. All MD files have that.
Read file. All the files.
Why error reading file? Let's see. 2024 appeal summary. But we don't have that. What is the syntax we gave? 2024-T dollar name. Base name is what we take. File name. Oh, here it is. Sample markdown. Same thing, no markdown-T shared stats 2021 style. Okay, let's do that. I don't know. 2024, one file at least. Boss. We can do it only 4 files. Manually also we could do. Error reading file.
Reading file.
Okay. Multi-markdown. With markdown also, it is working. I don't know why it doesn't. Unknown output format. Okay, let's do for the time being. We can internally convert it, but I think the style, I don't know. How does, or where do we, wait a minute. This output what we create already in HTML form, right?
Yes, sir.
On HTML only. Though it says .md, let's do that. This is 2023. Summary. Okay. What we can do, it's HTML actually.
Yes.
So we'll change it as HTML. That's it. Replace. Let's see what happens. This HTML it came, right? So
But
even
the file name is appeal transaction summary, but there we are searching for appeal summary.
here is appeal summary, no? This other file.
Okay.
I'm gonna manually save it now. That's fine. Let's see. All we need is that, right? HTML. So there are files, it will replay, that's okay. And appeal causeway summary. This is also we have. So let's rename that. Appeal beneficiary summary. Oh, everywhere 2024. Save as HTML. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Replace it. Appeal beneficiary, appeal causeway summary.
I hope we did it, isn't it? Finally, transaction summary, 5 pages, right?
4 and then 1 main page.
Index, first 5, right? And this one. That's all. At the end of it, it's what? If it is 500 files, of course, yes. Okay, we have done with it. What I'm gonna do, all right, I can put it in. Give us all the reports what we have. Very fun. All right. We have all of them, right? Now what can I do? I'll come here. This will be shared report. Here we go. Why 2023 is not modified yet? Shared. We have not updated this yet, right? This file, main file. All right. Then what we need to do? All right. Let us see. Hi. How come? Index, sorry, my bad. Index.html we have not modified it.
So there are 5 pages,
Yeah.
6 pages, right? Total
Yes.
report.
So everything is this index, this is where we need to modify. So we'll say 2022, December. Right. 2024 summary, yes, etc. Index. So what we can do now? Yeah, 2024, we got all this. Appeal summary, causeway summary, beneficiary summary, transaction summary. 2024 appeal summary, guys. 34, whatever you look at 18, 14, 2, cancel, did not have any transaction, 311. All right. Causeway summary, 34, admin shared, general admin work, education, environmental, food, medical, others. Breakup, we have looked at it without in transaction. This will modify it. Parent appeal, this is not the right way, right? I'll make it later. Okay. Pandemic. Beneficiary summary, this looks fine. Maybe I need to pull it here. Total beneficiaries, how much we had, right? And HTML also I need to take it. Beneficiary summary, HTML. Yeah. This code.
Is that 32 rows required?
Yes, we'll modify it.
Okay.
Just wanted to tell what is the total count. That's what it is.
Okay.
Now this is better. Still it is not. Okay. I don't know. We need to add it. That's fine. Then what next? Transaction summary 2024, credit debit. We could add a separator. That's fine. Appeal based transaction summary. It broke. Transaction. One time we could do. And excluding the internal funds also we show COVID. Perfect. Yeah. That's all, guys. Excellent. I think we have done. I'll make some changes. What are all other actual potential enhancements we could do? Can somebody tell me? Number one, I can add in the beneficiary count, show that, and maybe we can add some header, footer, etc. Keep it ready as part of this production SHaDE BAU itself. Keep it ready. Ideal target is to make it as part of the next gen website and the reports menu directly we pull in and do it. Ideally. For any reason we are not able to make it, 31st January, we will zip it. Or now itself, when we see after necessary amendments are done, we will publish it now itself. Doesn't hurt. Report is made on the earliest day, a week before the new year. So any questions or concerns or thoughts?
Are we going to pull this report again by,
Next week after, sir.
or with this data we are cutting it off?
That's a good question. Thank you. Yes. Yes and no. Potentially, we just have a week more. So we could accommodate probably a bit of a difference, but we can say as of this date. That's a good.
As on day we should add. Yeah, that's
So
good.
what we can add, the release, this is the reason what we do when the date was prepared.
22nd December.
But on the index page, what we can also add, it's a good thought. We could always add what on each, what do you call it? Report, each section or each page of the report, we can say add a column, please add it. What can we add? The report extracted date is this date, as on date. In every page, when they click on it, we should show. Please add it as a task. That way, people will understand, okay, maybe here and there. But if we make it all dynamic, should we need to worry?
They can click it anytime.
But we still need to review it once. These adjustments we need to make it. Oh, we add, wait. On this appeal summary, did we make that as a shade? Null. We did not do it. All right. Yes or no?
In a second.
We forgot to do it, right? We did speak, but we did not bring in. Why did I do? It's an MD.
First one.
Here you go, right? So what we could add is section top. We always say that this displays the effective date by when the report was extracted. All right. So how was the session? I think both of you were attending it for the first time, the report generation. Janani, you were also doing it for the first time.
Yes,
Found it
Yes, sir.
interesting?
very interesting.
Yeah, interesting, sir.
Learned things? Yeah. You have learned something new?
Yes.
The most important aspect, what you should,
Sir.
we should apply, if you look at it. Can you tell me, somebody, what is the learning we should apply? Where we should apply? Where we should apply this learning? Venkateshwaran or Janani?
Sir.
Where should we apply this learning? When and where?
No.
Day to day. Every appeal that we create, every transaction we acknowledge. The more diligent we are in the day-to-day activities, smallest piece, the more peaceful it will be during the report extraction. Trust me, initial time, first time when Kushbu did, we had a bit more. Did we ever have any challenge now? That's a confidence I have written. Clarity and confidence. Bit more here and there is fine, we do. But year by year on year, I get used to that. I said this is where we modify it. Have the query comments document, we get better at it. So the more quality we add on the day-to-day aspects, this should just be like a plain vanilla seamless extract. The report should be. We should not be cracking our heads. That way, the very quality is put through in every aspect of the system. If you are not disciplined enough in the day-to-day activities from day one, this would be a nightmare. Don't you agree with me? Most often you would have said in movies, etc., right? It's an audit. People are breaking their heads. In every movie novel you would have heard, right? Hey, this is an important audit day. I have to, why? If you are diligent enough following a practice, disciplined enough, it should never be a what you call frightening thing. You have it. But I don't know, the 7 lakh, 8 lakh, we trust it. Provided every entry is entered in the system. That we have to make it. Rest of them all, we have a better clarity. Right? Okay. So that said, anything else? Plan action item is, I'll add these sections. The date, last updated date, we can publish it today. So that what next today itself, we give it to people to take a look at it. Probably, if you can help quickly, a quick win, 2 things we could do. We could still hold on, right? The report can be published now, but we could still hold on for a week. We can add some more value adds. Brownie, what are those? Quickly, if we can do. Whatever enhancement that you have discussed, nothing out of the box.
In terms of categorizing based on beneficiary age is what we talked.
Good.
And then
We could add that category and put it as a bifurcation factor, and okay, you complete it.
And like the location wherever the states.
Wonderful. Location, what else? What is the most important point? Thank you, Venkatesh, you hit it. You are right. What was the actual point we discussed on this? Where we could beautify it or add values, make it look more better, appropriate, appealing. India map. Quickly, if you can try making it, and all put together, I want to publish it in the first page. Not the summary text. Showing India map with the sections here and there. Top-notch executive points. Regions we covered for this year. Probably Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, etc. Wherever more heat map or dense we show. Then most, what do you call, popular category of appeals we served for this year. What was that? Education. Most popular segment of the audience or beneficiaries we covered. We've split it. Age group less than 20. Or probably we can bring it right. Infants, children, adult, elders. So anybody less than 5 is an infant. 5 to 20 is a children. 5 to probably 15 is a children, or 20. 20 to 50 is an adult, or 40. 40 plus is probably elders. You categorize it. Show that piece alone in the front page. And another section is total contribution we received, credit debit. That's all with India map. How will that look? A PDF we generated. Provided, I'm just thinking we could precisely work on. For which, if we agree on this potential enhancement, visually appealing enhancement, what support I would need? Beneficiary column, we add a table. All the appeals for this year alone, that data to be entered, fed in. Looking at the column, appeal beneficiary summary, prepare a script and execute it once. That's easy for us. That data input, we need it. And maps, the other things I probably will see how best we can, there will be a facility for us to have, if at all there is a possibility, or we can do it manually also now. Let's not try to make everything automated. Just a manual. India map, we show color coded and show it in image. Just an image, right? For now, make a
Yes, sir.
Figma, Canva.
Mhm.
But we need to have the summary. Execute the query. How much, what is the population density? Which region we have covered? Make that out. List. All the regions in India where we covered, take a list, make it by descending order. So the most dense, we show it in a different color. Or number of appeals, we show that. In that state, we show the appeal count. Correct? Rather than showing a different gradient color, what we can do, let's say in the Uttar Pradesh, we took 5 appeals. In the Uttar Pradesh, we give a border, highlighting the color, show the appeal count as 5 in a circle. Correct? Assuming Tamil Nadu, we took 7. Tamil Nadu region, we highlighted in a different color in the map, show 7 as a count. That means this area we have covered. Any different format. That way we make an image, save it as a file, 2024 India map. That we publish in the front page. And with these segments. Can we look for it? One more week,
Sure, sir.
exactly by this time next week, right? Well, when is it? No, we still have time. Till next to Sunday. Next to next week is the new year. Wednesday, next to next Wednesday is the new year. We have time. I'm glad indeed at least this week we pulled it through. Otherwise, always we rush it up on 30th January. No. If you make it all automated, trust me, how it would look like 2025, 1 year from now, assuming we all continue, how should the report be?
We'll just have a,
Zip of the button or URL link. It would pull out everything, keep it ready for you.
just verify and then publish it.
We just need to verify it and publish. We can have a workflow. That is how we should aim for. All right? Okay. Anything else?
Oh, sir.
Excellent. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time. Have a rest of the Sunday. Nice talking.
Sure, sir.
Janani, as always, I'll share that meeting minutes, etc. We can put it in Confluence. You
Mhm.
share the meeting updates,
Okay,
action items. So accordingly, we'll take. Okay. Thank you, guys. Hopefully we can connect next week.
Yes, now we can.
Sure, sir.
I hope you find this interesting.
Yeah, sure. Interesting stuff.
Wonderful. Thank you. My pleasure. Okay. Cheers. Thank you once again. Certainly, it's been a good year, but we look forward to make ourselves better, our life easy. That's the way we are operating. We'll try to bring in, but please help in the administrative activities at what we discussed. Venkateshwaran, as what we
Yeah,
said
sure,
today
sir.
as well. Let's try to have more. See, one thing, the first initiative I've done, Janani, so far I've never done, I've done it today. You saw that. To clean it up. General members is okay. Likewise, we'll try to make it accountable. What makes sense? Not just, we don't need a head count, we don't need a filler. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a good evening. Good afternoon. Thanks. Bye.
No, one thing, maybe you
Yes.
can end the recording.
Yes.
I think I'm not able to view the